Here's that Zan again. Well, we have not got a lot of news to discuss today because, I don't know, we've burned through all of the good stories and there hasn't been a whole outpouring like there has been the past few days since the beginning of the transfer window. But I want to really have a chat about what little we have and yeah, I want to also discuss yesterday's game between PNG and the Cook Islands. So Papua New Guinea, as most people would know if they've been keeping up with the Pacific Championships, beat Cook Islands 38-20. I don't think they're not in the running for the final. The final's between Australia and Tonga, but I think there's another match. I'm not exactly sure what that might be. But it was a good game. It's unusual to see Sunday afternoon football in November, but that's exactly what we saw, and I really enjoyed it. The only thing missing from Sunday football in November is that it's because daylight savings is here, you don't get the day-night sort of vibe from it. Because if you go to August, pretty much the whole second half is in darkness, which is one of my favourite things about Sunday football, but it was still a really good contest. When I say contest, there wasn't really much of one for the latter part of the game. The first part, it was a bit of tit for tat for 4-pointers and sort of thing. So that was a good game to watch. Now onto the news. I read something on Zero Tackle this morning. Will Kennedy is weighing up his options. The Sharks are running out of cap space, and there's no way they're going to re-sign every player they have off contract. They've got a lot of big money stars. Cameron McInnes is still off contract, I think. Daniel Atkinson is off contract, but I think they want to keep him. There's so many different players that they need to consider, and surprisingly, they're considering not giving Will Kennedy another thing, because I think they've got a few different players who can fill the fullback position. I think, can't name any off the top of my head at the moment, but there are several in the system who are wanting a go. But if I was in charge of the Cronulla Sharks, I would probably try and keep Kennedy, because Kennedy is just amazing. He is a really good player, in my opinion. Then again, this is coming from someone who hasn't watched a whole lot of Sharks games, but he's at least okay. I mainly focus on the Storm and Panthers games. That's all going to change next year because of this channel. So I'm going to try and watch more games, and yeah. But I think the Sharks do need to make Kennedy some sort of priority. That's just my opinion, and yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Daniel Atkinson, I think I heard if the Sharks considering signing Ronald Volkman from the Dragons. He, of course, missed the entirety of this season with a shoulder injury that required surgery after being with the Roosters and the Warriors for a bit of time. So the Sharks are now weighing up whether to sign him and let Daniel Atkinson explore his options. Personally, I think they should just stick with Atkinson because he's okay, but does Daniel Atkinson really... I'm sure he has the drive. He wants to play halfback regularly for a club. So does he even want to stay? We saw it with Jonah Pezzett yesterday. He had an offer for the Storm, but he knocked it back because there would be no way out if he was stuck behind Munster and Hughes for a few more years. You just can't keep a player for years in reserve grade. The Storm, when I'm talking about the Storm here, they have sort of done that a little bit, but that's mainly because of the culture of the club. The Sharks, on the other hand, I don't know a lot about their culture, but I believe they should really start trying to figure this out. It's a problem. The salary cap creates a lot of problems. It creates even playing fields, but it really creates a lot of headaches for the departments and that sort of thing. In my opinion, they really should raise the salary cap, or they should give concessions to players who have been there for about 5 or 6 years, like loyalty sort of things. So either the Sharks are going to go with experience, like Will Kennedy and that sort of thing, or they're going to try and bring in a junior. I know someone they're definitely going to try and re-sign is Britton Nakora. I think he's got a 3-year deal waiting for him if he chooses to sign it, because he and Braden Trindle really like the club. I can't blame them for that. Cronulla is a very likeable club. It's just got a nice culture there. It's by the beach. That's probably one of the reasons why I think it'd be an ideal club for me to play at. I'm not a rugby league player, but I like beaches. That's why I like Newcastle. So that's literally all we have. We have a rumour about Ronald Volkman and a rumour about Will Kennedy. We don't really have anything else of note. So it's been a very quiet evening. But if something if like some sort of emergency news comes out on a player, I'll let you know, and I will do another video on that immediately. On the other hand, the cricket's starting today for the summer, so I'm going to have a bit of a watch of that. Perhaps do a little bit of a video on Australia versus Pakistan at the MCG. So that is the plan for today. I am really looking forward to the future of this YouTube channel, can I say. I've got 7 subscribers at the moment, which may not seem like a lot, but I'm very grateful for what I have, or at least I try to be. And that video, that reaction video from New Zealand versus Tonga now has 85 views or something. That is a lot, especially for someone small like me. And I hope if you do come across this video, you like it enough to want to subscribe to the channel and keep at it, because we've got some great sporting events coming up throughout the summer that I want to cover. My main focus is rugby league and cricket, so we've got a lot of good cricket events. The Big Bash, I'm looking forward to covering a little bit. So that's basically it for this video. I don't think it'll be it for today. I might do another video later on. It just depends. But I will see you all later. Bye now.